I'm planning to visit every dispensary in the state of Washington. There are over 1,000 dispensaries in Washington state alone, which makes it about like 6 dispensaries per 100,000 people. I think it's only right that we find the best one.
Last time around, we took a trip down to Green Life Cannabis. It was a great adventure with some amazing customer service. It easily takes the name of the friendly neighborhood cannabis store. This left with a final rating of 12.1 out of 15. Can Craft Cannabis match it, beat it, or do worse? But now it's time for Green Life Cannabis to step aside and let Craft Cannabis take center stage. With 5 dispensaries in this one city, is Craft Cannabis the one? So follow me on this journey as we head to our next stop, Craft Cannabis in Wenatchee. I got him a little gift too. As you walk into Craft Cannabis, it feels kind of welcoming. I don't know, for me, it seems like I'm walking up to my grandma's house to get some weed. Maybe that's just my grandma, maybe not your grandma, but I enjoy this feeling. It's nice, painted, nice and crisp, it's cool. And then the welcoming upside, it's so cozy and warm. Like, they got that nice fall already for you, it's perfect. I love all the selection. I can just go through this and again, I feel like a kid in a candy store. Do you see all these perfectly packaged things and collections of it? Nothing's bare. It's like, what the heck? Like, give me it all. I want it all. It's gorgeous. And then they have everything you need, and I love these little colors, highlights, the percentages that they do for you and everything. It makes me feel like I'm actually know what I'm talking about as I go in there. And I mean, some things are slim, yes, but hey, that's what you got when you have a nice place. You know, there's gonna be some slim things, but if it's slim there, they're gonna have a substitute for you at the next spot. And I just love it. Look at the skeletons they got, and this huge display in the back is gorgeous. I have a picture at the end I'm gonna show you of it, and look at this guy. Look at this guy. Come on. This is perfect. I like the theme that they're going with this, and they're keeping it weed but friendly and keeping it colorful so people can know what they're doing as they go in there. They don't feel like, whoa, what is this place?
So, Sam, yes?
Yes.
What's your favorite movie?
Favorite movie? Lethal Weapon.
Wow, why that one?
I just grew up watching all of them.
Mm-hmm.
The old school ones, not the newer remade ones.
You don't watch the show at all or anything like that?
No, I've seen it, but it's not like the movies.
From a TV. It's not the same.
It's not the same.
Is it the first one that you love, or is it 2, 3?
I love them all.
Okay.
Love them all.
Okay.
The 4th one's probably my favorite.
Oh, okay. Why is that?
It's just like a wrap up of all of the other movies.
Nice. I like that. Okay. So, Sam, I'm very curious. How did you get into the industry?
Well, I started when it was recreational, like right when it became legal, I think 2014, 2015. I just applied for the job and I ended up getting it, which is amazing. 8 years later,
Wow.
I'm still doing it.
Great. So when you first started, what position were you?
I was a bud tender.
Bud tender.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. Sweet. All right. And so what made you say, let me go to manager and stick with this position?
Well, I was looking for a career at the time, so I did everything I could to, keep moving up in the ranks.
Awesome. So I'm very curious because you're in this industry. What's your favorite way to consume? Is it edibles? Is it a bong? Is it a joint? Is it...
Me personally, I do a lot more CBD edibles.
Oh, nice.
They help me sleep.
Okay. Nice. Wow. And I'm very curious because when I was researching this thing, I found out there's 5 dispensaries in Wenatchee alone, and it's mind-boggling to me. So I'm very curious, why 5, and what makes yours different from the other 4 around?
Well, not to take away from the other stores, but our store is definitely the biggest, like with space-wise, so we can have more product, more variety, and consumers really like that. Instead of just going into a shop and you have like 3 options, we have like 20.
Yeah.
A little bit more variety.
Very true. What is something about either the industry, your job, or just cannabis in general that people don't understand or like have a misconception about?
Well, I think back in the day, a lot of people were brainwashed on how cannabis was perceived. Like, it was called the devil's lettuce, and it was really bad for you. But there's a lot of healing properties to it that a lot of people don't understand because they were taught at a young age that cannabis is bad, and it's not necessarily all that bad.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, so last question. What's the end game for you? Like, do you want your own store eventually? Like,
well, yeah, that would be the end goal, or even a farm, my own farm. That would be cool because I've been on the selling part of it, but being on the growing part would be pretty cool to get into.
Do you grow at all or anything?
No, not yet.
Okay. Wow. I got my first plant the other day, and I was really excited about that. I'm just like, you're my baby now.
You gotta take care of it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Sam.
Thank you.
Love this opportunity to talk to you.
No problem.
Everyone go to Craft Cannabis.
Yes. Thank you.
And we're back. Now, based on our last video, we reviewed Green Life Cannabis on 3 different tiers. First one was customer service, next one was selection, and lastly, aesthetic. When it comes to the aesthetic of craft cannabis, I really enjoy it mainly because it's a big room. You know me, I like the big room aesthetic. I don't want different compartments. I don't want high or low stairs. I like this one big place where I can see everything. They always keep it festive too with the holidays. I mean, you saw the picture of the whole skeleton Halloween thing. They're already locked and loaded for it, so that's really fun. My only qualm comes with the ATM machines. I know maybe because I'm outdated and I don't have a chip for my ATM, so my ATM card just does not work for this machine. So I have to go to a different spot to get my cash, then go there to get some money. So it's not like a huge thing, but it's like it limits the fact that when I go to different places around there, I can just go to one shop and then I'm good to go. So while the place is super welcoming, I love the big layouts, I have to knock it down just because it's not as convenient, and I guess that would go into aesthetic for me, so I'm gonna have to put this at 3.5 out of 5 for aesthetic. And since when did ATMs just like not accept cards that didn't have a chip? Like when? Why? I guess, okay, I only have one card that doesn't have a chip, but that's like the one card I use. What? Now when it comes to selection, they got a fuck ton. They're not lying when they say that they're the biggest store in Wenatchee and they have the most selection. It's what you kind of go there for, because you know the other places are gonna have 3 things, they're going to have 3 things, and the 3 things that kind of match the 3 things are not even there at the time that they want, which they will usually always have. So I love the selection, even though I only get the same one thing, it's like the one things I like. But if you're going to go to one place in Wenatchee to like know that you're going to get the right selection that you want, you probably want to go to Craft Cannabis. So based on having a great selection, I'm going to have to put it at a 4.3 out of 5. When it comes to customer service, I think they're top notch when it comes to it. Whenever I go in there, I think I'm just gonna grab something and dip out, but I always end up like in a 5-minute conversation, which I enjoy because I usually not expecting that, but then I'm like, oh, actually this was a good time. They're always there to help you out. They're always there to find great substitutes for you. It's really nice. They're super welcoming. They just welcome you in. It's a great time. My 2 qualms that come with the customer service is the fact that the ATM machines don't work for me, and it's kind of like I'm trying out of luck and they can't really help me out. It's not their fault, but it feels like, damn, you can't really help me out or let me know. But I don't know, figure out the ATM machines. But the next thing I would say is there's not really like a line. You go in there and it's first come, first serve, which I get, that makes sense. But what if like 3 people come at the same time and everyone kind of has to judge their own preference of, you know what, I'm gonna let you go first. Or no, I want to go first. And it's kind of up to the customer to judge the line instead of there being a succinct, nice line for people. If that makes sense. This isn't a huge negative, but it just messes up the flow of customer service, I believe. For that, while the customer service is great and they're so friendly, the organization's a little bit off, so I'm going to go with a 3.9 out of 5. This brings the total score to 11.7 out of 15. If you made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you, and let's not forget our side quests. There is not any dispensaries allowed in the county of Chelan, and that's where I live. So I have to travel to Wenatchee, which is 2 hours round trip for me to get some cannabis, which is unfortunate for a person who reviews weed with movies. So with your help, with your likes, your subscribes, your comments, I believe we can get enough notability to finally change that rule and get a dispensary in Chelan County. And remember, y'all, stay high and resupply.